just the portrait. As it just did, right?
Yeah, it did.
For anyone watching this, I made a very concerted effort to prevent it from going to portrait, but we couldn't figure it out. So, by the way, I know we're live, but screw it. On
Whatever. Just roll with
on
it.
yeah, on our YouTube page, YouTube automatically has now dis displayed up front our live videos as if it is a video stream because we were talking
Hmm.
about doing something to get them from the live tab to the video tab. Well, YouTube, after over time, like recognized that we were only doing live, and now we don't have a videos tab. It's just showing live. So if you go to our page, all of our live stuff runs. You see what I'm saying?
No, no, sorry, you cut out there.
I cut out. How
Could
about
be
now?
me.
Can you hear me
Hang on.
now?
One.
Okay. Got some technical difficulties here.
Dear, oh dear. Could also be my computer. Who knows?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Anyway, I was saying that our YouTube channel before it had like a blank videos tab, but because we've only done live stuff, YouTube automatically got rid of that videos tab. And now front and center is all of our live stuff. So when people go to our channel, because before we were talking about figuring a way to not have that.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Oh, that's better actually. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
yeah. So anyway, ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Captain's Quarters, the unofficial Star Trek rewatch podcast, where we are rewatching the entire Star Trek franchise, starting at the beginning of the official chronology. We finished Enterprise, and we're moving on to Discovery. My name's Gabe, and with my co-captain Jason. Make it so, Jason.
Hey, buddy, how are you? How is everyone?
Everyone's great. How are you?
Good.
Good. So, Jason, hats off to you, my friend. You nailed it. You
I
guessed that
guessed.
we were dealing with the mirror universe, the Terran
Yeah.
Empire. And did you guess that Tyler was not who we
No.
think
I
he
did
is?
not get that far. I did not get that far. I did not get that far. No. Mm-mm. I I guessed that I think if I remember correctly, because we've been on shore leave due to the American holiday that had just passed last week, Thanksgiving.
Mhm.
And so happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Uh no, I didn't think
I
I
thought
thought
one
he
of us
might be
guessed.
something like a spot like that his mind had been altered. Um but I didn't realize what other anything beyond that.
Didn't one of us guess that he was Vok?
So so I think that was you. I mean,
Oh, okay.
I think we had danced around that conversation when we were talking about that. I
Okay.
think we had like, where is he? Where's he been? What's going on? but I don't think that either one of us said out in the open that he was Vok.
Okay. Anyone listening to this who also listened to that one, comment below. Let me
I know,
know.
right?
Yeah. Because I swear you did or I did. And
Yeah,
and th
I think it was
this
you because
okay.
you kept bringing up you've been bringing up Vok, so
Yeah.
I would think that it was you.
Well, I've been disappointed that they built him up as this like chosen one for the
Yes.
Klingons, and now he's just gone. And so this would be a way to bring it back in the fold in an
Yes.
interesting way.
See, that's where
So,
I think it was you who said
okay. Okay.
it could be
Maybe.
Vok.
Fine, I'll go back and listen. Okay, so the Discovery has found themselves in the mirror universe, and there is a mirror of themselves and everyone they know have known in this mirror universe. And so, as we know from other Star Trek, including Enterprise, including the Enterprise series finale, the Terran Empire is in charge. And so
Hmm.
it's not, the Federations or Starfleet or anything like that. It's the Terran Empire. There is an emperor. Everyone is evil basically.
Yeah.
And in this version, the Klingons and the Vulcans and the Andorians have actually formed their own alliance against the human Terran Empire.
Hmm.
And so the the discovery was, because they were using their spore drive, they were supposed to head back to a Starfleet location, but when they did, they there was all this like debris from a battle, like detritus from some sort of space battle. There was uh and so that was like the cliffhanger from last episode. So this
Yeah.
episode, they run a bunch of scans. So Saru does a scan and says, "Hey, the quantum signature is wrong," and that's when they figure out that they are in an alternate universe, a mirror universe, and they pretty quickly determine, based on Stamets's research, that their jumps, they did hundreds of jumps using this spore technology, that it created a situation where they jumped into an alternate universe. And so they one of these broken up ships in the spot they land, uh, they get its data bank, and then they analyze the data bank, and that data bank has all kinds of history, so they're able to learn all kinds of stuff. Like, for instance, Tilly is the captain of Discovery's version of the mirror universe, and they also surmise that when this Discovery entered this universe, the mirror universe Discovery probably entered our universe. And there's other stuff like Burnham was the captain of the Shenzhou.
Hmm.
Um, uh, Gabriel Lorca is a fugitive. Um, and so obviously they want to get back to their universe, not only because they don't belong here, but also they were on an important mission to give Starfleet the information that they learned from all of their spore jumping calculations of how to decloak Klingon ships. So they need to get that to Starfleet, and they can't do that if they're stuck over here in this mirror universe. right? And they're going to get intel on the because they had done something similar from the future. And so they know, like, well, if we can figure out how they did it, we can steal that technology
Mm-hmm.
yourselves. They just have to, she goes on her old ship. She has to kill the captain of that ship and um, gather the intel. And um, it, we learn at the same time that there is something going on with Tyler, as we mentioned.
Yep.
Um, so we knew that he was being tortured by the female Klingon leader,
Laurel.
uh, Lorel, and we knew that he was like forcibly intimate with her, and it was murky for sure.
Yeah.
But we learned basically that it was not really that. It was more like consensual. They were in like kind of a relationship, but they then did some sort of experiments or procedure on him that changed him, like shrunk his bones and added a layer of personality on top of his existing one. And there's also like he's under some sort of hypnosis where there's like key phrases that convert him. And so Laurel says something to him and he turns evil. Um, she's on the brig of the Discovery, and but Tyler's still like he has these flashbacks of whatever happened, but he also has his personality as a human. So he goes to sick bay and is like, hey, we're going on this important mission. I need to get better. What's going on with me? Can you run a bunch of tests? And and throughout that, he snaps and he kills the doctor.
Yeah.
And so um I don't remember how the episode ends. Is it on a cliffhanger?
Yeah, so basically Lorca is taken to their brig and he's put into an agonizer and he's being tortured.
Mm-hmm.
Um and then let me see.
That's the final shot of the
Yeah,
episode.
that's the
And
final shot. Um
Burnham is now on in her captain's quarters on
yeah,
the Mirror Universe
on the Shenzhou. Yeah.
ship, right?
Yep.
Yeah, with Tyler, and she doesn't
Yep.
know that Tyler is not who or what he seems.
Right.
And that's where it's at. So again, hats off, man, on on guessing the Mirror Universe. I never thought they were going to tie in the Constitution class. Is that what it's called? Constitution class?
Yeah, mm-hmm.
Which
They,
was
yeah.
the ship that we just watched in the Enterprise finale, was it not?
Yep, it was. It was.
And
It was
and
this
not
it
only
was the
that,
Defiant. It was the Constitution class. Yep.
yeah, and not only that, that was also something that had occurred in the original series with the
That's
Defiant, right?
correct. That's correct. Yep. That's correct.
Yeah, that's how. Oh man. In my defense, we haven't watched Teens though. Jonathan Frakes' character, um,
William
what's his
Riker.
name? Riker. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's how he was intertwined, right? So there was like
Yeah.
a TNG episode. So there are now four series at least.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that feature this one ship that jumps between universes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So really cool stuff. I feel like a lot of complaints about lacking Star Trekkiness are really dissipating pretty quickly, and this is getting very Star Trekky.
Yeah, in a lot of ways, in a lot of ways, it's dissipating, but also in the sense like it still feels like a not Star Trek episode, like the Star Trek series, but it is that feeling is dissipating a little bit for sure. You have cut out again,
So
buddy.
you have
Oh,
did I lose you, buddy? Oh man. How about now?
could be me.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Go ahead. Yeah, this could be
I
me.
switched. I
I could
switched
be
to.
switching. I could be frozen for most of this.
Okay. I switched to 5G. I got off my Wi-Fi. I thought maybe my Wi-Fi
Okay.
was the problem.
Okay.
So, but you can hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. So you had also guessed that Lorca, the one that we know, may be the Terran Empire version. And
Yes.
that is still on the table for
Still
sure.
on the table. And
Because,
yeah, go ahead.
yeah,
No, go ahead.
well, because in the data bank, they talk about how he's a fugitive and
Yes.
that him and Burnham have beef. And he's not the captain of the Discovery in the Mirror universe. Killy is.
Tilly is. Yep.
Tilly
Yeah.
the Killy, whatever they call her. Um, and she has nicknames in this. I didn't just make that up. They call her
No, you
Captain
did not.
Killy,
No, you
right?
did.
Yeah.
No, no. Yep.
So, so it's possible that um, the reason he's a fugitive, though, is he was trying to kill the Emperor.
Yeah.
So he was like a hero in a way, trying to kill the Terran Empire's emperor.
Yeah.
And so it's possible that he still is that guy. Um, and this is all some elaborate plan for him to carry through because now even though he's in the brig, he's being tormented. He's close. He's I could see this turning into him accomplishing that mission somehow. I don't know.
Yeah. I think that's a possibility. I absolutely think that's a possibility that he could still be that, and which, but then where is Gabriel Lorca, the one that we're supposed, the non-Terran Gabriel Lorca, if you get what I mean, and where
Yeah,
he is, and hopefully they'll get to that. And then the other thing too is I don't know about you, but were you curious about who's the emperor or empress in this?
yeah.
Because it was
See,
Sato in Enterprise,
oh,
right?
yeah. Oh my gosh.
And we don't know now.
Well, they age in normal time, so it can't be Sato,
No,
right?
yeah, right, right, right.
But it could be someone we know.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think it could, and I think it will be. I think it could be Philippa Giorgio. I think this is the return
Oh,
of Michelle Yeoh. I don't know for certain, but that's my guess. And I have
that's a great.
no, but you
Yeah,
know
that's a
what?
good guess.
I have no mountain to stand on or anything like that to say, oh, it will be, or Yeah, it's just a guess.
It's a good guess. Yeah, that would be fitting for sure. I like that.
Right? That'd be
Yeah.
cool, right?
But okay, do you think that Lorca's Mir Lorca,
Mm,
whoever that is, do you think his intentions for killing the Emperor are like um does he just want to be Emperor himself, or does he
yeah,
want to
I think
kill the
so.
Emperor?
I think
So
so.
it's not he's not a hero.
No,
It's not an
no, no.
altruistic thing.
Usually, like, these are pretty. Usually, Terran Empire is not, for the good of, our. They usually aren't like our normal heroes. They're usually pretty
Okay.
evil and they want to do pretty nasty, evil things. Hence, the human domination of the galaxy.
See, I will now be disappointed if
Oh
Lorca
no!
is not, if this isn't all some elaborate thing by Lorca, this whole 10 episode arc to get him back so that he can, um, like, how he's been protective of Burnham.
Yes,
What if all of that was just so that he could use her in this moment to get back on Discovery so that he could get close to get to the
that
Emperor or
that
something?
thought did cross my mind for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thought did cross. And I think that's a potential, like, the real our universe is Gabriel Lorca coming back, right?
Hmm.
And not accepting of Michael Burnham.
Right.
Or he's mistaken and taken into custody by Admiral Cornwell when they get back.
Yeah.
And this is how, Saru becomes captain, or
Interesting.
Burnham becomes first officer.
Hmm. I don't think I like the swapping of places thing, the automatic swapping of places, because that would imply some sort of connection. But then it would be like, well, if you die in one, shouldn't your counterpart die? Um, it, I don't know.
So, okay, so in other Star Trek series franchises or whatever, um,
Hmm.
your counterpart does not necessarily have to be living. So sometimes it is like one of those plot devices where it's like, oh, here's an easy way of putting that character into the mirror universe
Hmm.
by, because they've been killed, or, they haven't been, for whatever reason, they're not alive in that universe. And so they can kind of easily plop themselves back into it and be like, ta-da, I'm alive, but, and this is what I've been doing, this, that, or the other. So,
Okay. Hmm.
and then Killy, Killy Tilly, I think
Hmm.
that goes back to context is for the Kings. I think they made
Sure.
her captain because, they've talked about it.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Absolutely. And it is the comedic effect there for sure. The idea that she's not only the captain, but she's just like
Yeah.
ruthless, like
Yeah.
cutthroat. Yeah. The way that she ascended to the captain is she like murdered the previous one in his sleep. She like stabbed him while he was
Yeah.
sleeping or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That was quite Palpatine
for sure.
Plagueis
Yeah.
kind of
Hmm.
dealio going on for sure.
Yeah. So do you think the doctor's dead for sure? I mean, he has to be, right?
So I think the Doctor is dead for sure.
Hmm.
But the funny thing, and I don't know. And I'm like, how are they gonna write him back? Because I don't think they killed him off complete. I don't think they. I think they find a way to bring him back in the later seasons.
I don't see how they could without time travel.
Oh, interesting. I never considered that.
Or maybe Laurel can do some kind of procedure on him. It
So
just
my initial
seems,
thought, that's interesting too. Klingon medicine? Oh boy. Um,
well, I mean, apparently they can like transform, they can shrink
true,
bones and
true, true, true,
implant a whole other personality and a whole other brain, basically.
true. Yeah, that's
Uh,
true.
I don't know
I
what
see,
those
I was
Klingons have been up
thinking more
to.
along the lines that because we've been introduced to the mycelial network,
Yeah. Hmm.
I'm wondering if they're going to do it that way somehow. Like they can transform cells in the
Okay.
mycelial network or somehow bring him back that way. Because I was like, oh man, just as Dr. Culber was getting interesting, you
Yeah.
know, um, Tyler breaks his
He,
neck.
he seems far too much of a central character for them to kill him off.
Yeah.
And doctors are always a big deal in these shows, and the idea that you would kill off the doctor just seems just
And
way too
especially
much of a stretch.
Stamets' partner too.
Yeah,
I have a hard time believing that that's
same,
I have a really hard time believing that this is the end of Dr. Culber.
same. And then, so the only other thing I had was because when Discovery is hailed,
Hmm.
they're like, okay, well, you know, Lorca, you can't answer. We need Tilly to answer. And then at one point she's like, okay, talk to my engineer now. So he has to use a fake voice,
Yeah.
a fake accent, and I think he uses Scottish.
Scottish.
So
Yeah, it was Scott.
yeah, and I was like, okay,
I was wondering
this
if
is
you
a
were going to
Scotty
pick up on
Easter
that.
egg, right?
I'm sorry.
That's a Scotty Easter egg, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I
Yeah,
was wondering if you were going to pick up on that.
yeah. So I thought that
For
was
those of
funny.
you who don't know, my friend and co-captain has got, and so do I, but he's got much more of an affinity passion for uh, the Gaelic and Scottish Highlands.
For sure, yeah. Yeah. How could you not?
How could you not?
Anyway,
No, yeah.
yeah. Anyway, that's all I had. What did you think of this one, man?
Nope, nope, nope. I was gonna ask you've got to go first.
Oh, you want me to
And
grade
how
it?
many? Do you think it's a two-parter?
Oh,
This feels like this could go on for a couple episodes. I'm just
yeah.
for me.
I would say two more episodes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But you want me to grade it? Is what you're saying?
Yeah. What would your
Hmm. I would give it an A minus.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And then what were some of your highs and then some of the low points in the episode? You
It just, honestly, I mean, I just like a good mystery. I like a good puzzle, and it definitely is hinting at a larger mystery.
Yeah.
It could be nothing. Like the our speculation about Lorca could be nothing. The thing with Tyler, I mean, now he's a murderer, so
Yeah.
it definitely is something bigger than
Yeah.
just the Klingons were tinkering in there. I do think he's Vok. So now,
No,
um,
I agree
the
with you. I agree with you. And can I just say, so, and one of the reasons that I forgot to say was that she kept saying, and I didn't realize this until I watched the last episode and then this episode again, because there were a couple
mhm,
of things that I wanted to point out when we got to me. Um, she kept saying, "I will never let them hurt you."
right,
And
hinting at
like
something
things of
more.
like love and care. And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh, how did I not pick up on that before on the first watch?" And then I wanted to ask you, did Lorca send them here, the ship,
Oh,
on purpose?
send who? Um,
Discovery into the mirror universe.
oh, well, yeah. See,
Yeah, okay.
that's what I was saying. I think it's his whole master plan to complete
Oh,
his
okay,
mission
okay,
to kill
okay.
the
I'm a little
emperor.
slow. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. No, no, it's good. No, I think this was all orchestrated by him so he could kill the emperor, which I mean, I think maybe the most intriguing version is so that he could be the emperor himself.
Yes.
Even though as I was watching it, I was like, oh, he's actually a good guy. He's uh he's Luke Skywalker against the
Yeah.
evil emperor. But no, I think it's something more sinister than that.
Yeah, I think it's more Anakin Skywalker. Or
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
exactly.
Darth Vader trying
No,
to kill the Emperor and become the Emperor himself.
perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
So, and that, okay, because we're talking about Lorca, I'm really glad because this actually now paints a more clear picture, a clearer picture of like why you and I were having such, I don't know, it was a hard time, but it was definitely like, what's he doing? What's his ulterior motives? What's driving at this? Why is he so different?
Hmm.
And because you and I were talking about, oh, was especially the last episode, whether it was him being compassionate or not, or it was him having devious moments or whatever the case might be. And that was handed to the writers on that one because I thought that was brilliantly done. I'm like, aha, that's why. It's because he's evil Gabriel. He's mirror universe Gabriel Lorca. I'm like, oh, okay. He was being selfish and narcissistic and you
Right.
know, mirror
Yeah.
university.
Hmm. Okay. Well, you got my grading. What about you?
Uh, you know what? I'm right there with you. I'm gonna give this Commander Riker 3 pips. This gets 3 pips for me. Yeah, this was
Wow.
fun, and this was a fun episode. It was lightning fast. It went really fast. This episode went really fast for me as I was watching it, which is probably why I needed to go back and watch it again. And then the low for me was obviously they killed Dr. Culber. I didn't love, I mean, I get it. I get that I think he's one of the smarter, more intelligent people on the ship, and he
Hmm.
was getting closer and closer and closer to
Yeah,
discovering who Tyler slash Vok is.
sure.
Um, and that to me was one of the highs in this episode is the Tyler Vok arc. Like, is he so like I think we were talking last week that he might be a sleeper agent, like that he was
Yeah,
conditioned and brainwashed. But
sure.
I don't think we went as far as that he was physically altered to be human.
Well, I see. I thought I said that he's an augment because I was like, well, we know the
Oh,
Klingons
is that I
have,
should have asked what you.
yeah, because I, I think the way Enterprise did it, they were like, oh, that's why Klingons look different because they were augments. And
Yeah,
I was like, so we know Klingons have this technology, I think, and maybe they augmented Vok.
yeah,
Um, but I didn't know that Tyler didn't like. I thought he was acting. I didn't know he like physically, like mentally, like didn't remember who he was. I thought
yeah.
he was literally just acting. So,
Oh,
but no,
okay.
I don't think either of us guessed that
Because
it was
I said like a
surgical.
Bucky Barnes kind of deal from the Marvel comic, from the MCU movies,
Mm,
where he was, you know, psychologically trained and, reversed and, you
yeah.
know, um,
Mm.
yeah.
I'm not a Marvel guy, so
Yeah,
I'll take your word
yeah,
for
I
it.
know.
Yeah.
And then so yeah, so those were some highs and lows for me on this
Yeah.
episode. So do you think Tyler is still around or did they kill him?
Oh, I mean, I was guessing that he never existed, that he's an invention.
But didn't they have so oh, interesting. So how were the Klingons able to create an entire Starfleet profile unless Lorca was lying to us then,
Um, I don't remember
right?
that part. So was there a part where Tyler existed in the data bank?
Yeah, so basically in oh man, the follow-up episode where Lorca is he and Tyler are having a, a training exercise
Mm-hmm.
and Lorca is kind of quizzing him and kind of putting him through some tests and asking him some questions and Tyler kind of makes up stuff, is telling him his background and all that kind of stuff. And then Lorca says something to the effect of, "Oh, I knew that already. I looked it up in your
I
Starfleet
forgot
profile."
about that. You're totally right. Yep. Yeah, in that case, I don't know.
Okay. I
Yeah.
wonder if they killed him and they just I'm sure they did,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
That's a great point too, because like this actor now has become
I
part of the
know.
main cast, and
I
so
know. I know. So do you
whatever they do
just
with him,
do you
yeah, they need to
right?
bring back the real Tyler.
Right? And then
It's going to be weird.
how
He'll have to get reacquainted.
crappy, and then again,
Yeah,
how crappy is that going to be for Burnham when they find out, or when she finds out,
yeah,
well,
hmm
first of all, I think they're going to catch him and put him under arrest and
yeah,
discover that he is Vok.
yep,
So,
yeah.
yeah,
More
right?
heartbreak for Burnham.
I know, right?
Yeah,
And then I like his character. I've liked the character thus far. And he couldn't have been too far away from the real Lieutenant Tyler.
right. Yeah, hmm. Yeah, man.
But it's the Klingons, so we don't know. He may be ashes to ashes. He may be dead. We don't know.
Yeah, hmm. Huh. Cool. Well, was there anything else with this one?
No, I think we've covered it. Yeah, I think we got it.
Okay. Do you think we're going to hear more about the I'm sorry, what was the Constitution class ship called?
The Defiant.
The Defiant.
Yes,
You think we'll hear more about that?
I do. I do. I
Okay.
I do. I think I'm hoping because that's how they're building the way that that's how they can escape and use their file and look at their files. But again, it could be thrown for another loop and it could be some other way, but I hope so because it'd be a great way, as we were saying earlier, to tie it all back to the original series and to Enterprise.
Can you tell me the fifth way that it ties back besides the four we already mentioned?
Oh my gosh, there's a fifth way?
Yeah.
No.
Jonathan Frakes directed this episode.
No kidding. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh man, Will Riker. Okay. All right.
Think he'll make a cameo? I mean,
That would be cool. That
20
would be
years
cool.
ago, he was pushing it with the cameo. I don't
That would
think
be
in
cool.
2018 he could pull it off.
Well, no, because the thing is like you know, he could play a different character. Um
Oh, okay. Yeah.
um they could put him under a stormtrooper helmet and make him run around and not know that that was Jonathan Frakes. That's cool. That's cool.
2018, did they have de-aging stuff then? They had to have some of it. That was after Rogue One,
I think that was
right?
early days of de-aging, and I don't think that was a big like thing, especially for TV back then.
Yeah,
We
that's a
say
good
this, we
point.
say this like as if it were like, 20 years ago. It was only 5, 6 years ago.
Yeah, but
I know
leaps and
that.
bounds, man. I mean, like the leap from Rogue One
I
to
know, I know.
Book of Boba Fett or whatever that was, where
Mandalorian.
yeah, but wasn't it Book of Boba? Because I know Luke came back in Mandalorian, but it still didn't look great. But then it was like Book of Boba Fett. Then it looked immaculate. It looked
Who
like
was it in the Book of Boba Fett? I'm sorry.
Luke. Luke. He with the Jedi Temple, the school he was building with Grogu or whatever.
Oh, okay. That was Book of Boba Fett, really? That
I
was
don't
not
know.
Mando?
It might have been Mando. So
No, 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 I don't know. That's what I'm.
for sure, Luke came back and fought. He was the surprise at the end of like season two or whatever,
Yeah.
surprise cameo. But then later he came back and he was training Grogu.
Yeah, in the lake thing, right? And that's where we get to meet one of the earl that's where we meet Rosario Dawson's character.
Ahsoka?
Ahsoka, thank you.
Yeah, and so because the reason I think it was Book of Boba Fett is because a lot of people were complaining about Mandalorian season three because they were complaining that like season three picks up where Book of Boba Fett left off, and so people
Oh,
who didn't watch Book of Boba Fett would have no idea what's
no
going
idea.
on.
Right, right.
Like if you were just the Mandalorian fan, you would
Oh,
just like Grogu's here now. All of a sudden he's here. What?
right, right. Oh, okay. Yes. Sorry, man. That's been okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right. No, that's true.
But he looked like the last time they de-aged him, it looked immaculate, and it was like so. Point being, leaps and bounds.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
yeah. So
I get what you're saying, but really, it's only been
I know. Yeah.
6 years, 5 years, not that long.
Yeah. Okay.
Speaking of Star Wars, is there anything new on the horizon? Any movie, trailer, TV? Nothing.
Not that I know of.
Okay,
Yeah. No, I don't know.
okay.
Yeah.
And
I
it's
think
Yeah.
think there's always like stuff going on with like the C-suite at Disney that dominates the news, and nobody knows what's next.
Okay.
So
And
I don't
and to answer the question, no, we did not coordinate our shirts today.
know.
We're
we're not
wearing
we're not
similar
we're not
green.
wearing Zelda
No,
green.
no. I'm
Yeah.
surprised you've not though.
Yeah, no, I'm wearing my lazy nighttime clothes, so
Okay, gotcha.
I'll often be wearing this shirt
I gotcha.
just for to warn everybody. So,
I gotcha.
okay,
Okay. Yeah.
all right. Anything else?
No, I think we got it.
Cool. Well, everybody, thanks for watching and listening, following us and all the stuff. We appreciate it. We have a Patreon if you want early access to an episode, but also if you sign up on Patreon, we will give you a shout out at the end of every episode just to show our thanks. And you can find the link to that on our X profile, our X.com profile. Um, FKA Twitter, obviously. Okay.
FKA Twitter.
Uh, yeah.
And then, please hit like, subscribe,
Yeah.
ring that
Subscribe
bell,
on YouTube. Yeah. We really appreciate that too. So,
ring the ring the Star Trek dinner bell.
yeah. And if you're following along and you haven't seen this show, go ahead and give us a comment. Let us know what you think of our predictions or what your predictions are. So, and until next time,
Yeah.
um, long live the Empire. Is that what the Terrans say?
Long live the Empire. Yeah, I think so. Oh, I'm getting it confused now. Oh no. Yeah. Uh
For the Empire?
hmm.
It's one of those, right?
Yeah, it's one of those. It's one of
Yeah.
those.
I'm just gonna say for the Empire.
Yeah, okay. And then, well, since you said for the Empire, live long and prosper, everybody.
All right. See ya.
Thank you.
All right, man. Have a good week.
All right, buddy, you too.
And